Hello and welcome to the Macca's post-match wrap. My name's Zach Milbank and joining me is victorious South Australian under-18 coach Brenton Phillips. And Sticko, that drought has finally been broken. National champs for the first time since 1995.
Yeah, it's a nice feeling. It's really nice to get some reward for this playing group. You know, they came through the under-16s program with us and they won that title at the under-16 level. So we always knew that we had a relatively talented group that's coming through, and they really worked hard. And this group came together in December with our academy and have worked really hard to get them into a position as they got into today, and they were pretty good today.
I was going to ask you about that under-16 winning title team. Obviously, a lot of that group come through to this stage as well. Do you think that really did benefit the side when the going got tough?
Look, I like a little bit of stability. It would have been nice to play a lot more of the 40 on our list than we actually ended up playing, but one thing that you can't replicate in football is that consistency, the knowledge of playing with each other and understanding of which of their movements and things like that. And if you flip and change a fair bit of the time, you struggle to replicate that. And consistency is a big thing in this game, and that's why we knew we had a good 25, 26 players, and we stuck and we went with that type of player.
The game today obviously ebbed and flowed a lot. Never could really quite put WA away, much like the Vic Metro game, which no doubt was a bit frustrating for you in the box.
Oh, look, all the Division 1 games have been exactly the same, and it's just a cracking competition, played at cracking pace, and these are the best of the best going around the country. So obviously the game standard will be fairly high, and none of them went away. Vic Country wouldn't go away; they challenged us the whole way through. Vic Metro challenged the whole way through, and Western Australia. And it was brave by Western Australia. They were down on injury, lost their number one key player, their playmaker. So they were down on injury, and that was a real brave effort by them.
Must have been really pleasing for the group to stand up physically, because you could tell that they really did target South Australia with that real aggression.
Well, I think that was their trump card of the day. They were always going to come with us with a lot of physicality, and we had to accept the physicality, and we had to play football, and that's what I thought our blokes did.
Very good even contribution, particularly through the midfield today. Who were your better players, Sticks?
Oh, you put me on the spot now. I thought Luke Dunstan was pretty good through there. Todd McKay, you just have a bit of confidence when he's around the ball. He's going to burrow in and get it, and he's going to get it going our way. I thought James Ace really had to battle hard. He had a fairly heavy tag today and really had to battle hard. Craig Pitt down back was fairly awesome all day. Matt Scharenberg just ceases to amaze me what he does and how he reads the football. And the big fella Darcy Hurigan up forward, I thought he was really good in terms of presenting early in the game. And look, once again, I thought we just had a good spread of team, and that's the thing we spoke about pre-game, is the fact that we wanted a team effort, and that's what we got.
You touched on Darcy Hurigan. He really did work in well as a three-pronged forward attack with Luke Reynolds and also Mitch Harvey throughout the carnival and today, didn't they? Yeah,
look, it worked really well. The three of them up forward. If Mitch was off his game, Darcy popped up and kicked some goals. If Darcy was off his game, Mitch popped up, and Luke was always dangerous. He was the one that to me looked the most dangerous up there, but probably didn't hit the scoreboard as hard as he probably would have liked, but his work and his defensive work up there was really good.
And a couple of really important moments from James Battersby. I thought kicked two really important goals at crucial moments.
Look, he's just got a mature brain. There's one thing. Some lads develop physically early, but Batters, he's got a real mature brain for the contest, and he sums it up really quickly what the contest requires. And when he went back, I think it was just before three-quarter time, and really had to kick that goal, and he slotted that one through beautiful. It just gave us a little bit of breathing space.
Indeed, it did. Now, just finally, Sticks. I know you're not very one to be self-indulgent, but what does this mean to you as a coach? Obviously, you've coached Sturt to the 2002 Premiership, and tough gig in terms of being second 4 years in a row, and now finally you've broken through.
Well, I think this, to me, and hopefully to the SANFL, is a culmination of a lot of work put in. David Hutton put a lot of work in restructuring the under-18 competition. We got our centres of excellence up. We got some really good coaches at our centres of excellence. We got really good talent managers and development managers at our centres of excellence, and they go out and find the talent. And I'm just lucky. I'm the lucky one at the end of the chain that gets to pick or cherry pick the best talent, and they do all the work at the ground level, and I suppose I reap the rewards of their development. So I think it's, once again, it's a team effort by all involved with the SANFL.
Very modest as always is Sticko Phillips. He did a fantastic job coaching the side this year, and he's a very proud South Australian. So well done, Sticks, and
Thanks,
fantastic effort from all. Joining me in the Victoria South Australian Under-18s rooms is South Australian star and joint vice-captain James Aish. James, how does it feel to be a part of such a great win?
Yeah, it's obviously really special. So we came here with the obvious goal to win the champs, and we were able to execute all our plans. And although the games were pretty close to the end, we came away winners. And yeah, it's just great work for a lot of hard work. It's paid off, and yeah, we're really happy in the rooms.
As you say, very special win. It's certainly broken that drought since 1995, so it is something that you guys can take together with you for a long, long time.
Yeah, definitely. I think, like everyone we hear from, like AFL players always say that you remember the pathway that you came through, and you remember all the junior teams you're in. So winning the champs as well adds a whole nother dimension to it. I think it's a really special group. So hopefully, a lot of the boys out there have successful careers, whether that's SANFL or AFL.
Of course, I remember you mentioning to me earlier on in the carnival that a lot of the group were part of that successful under-16 championship winning side. So something that you'd be able to share together as a group, that you've sort of done the double act.
Yeah, I guess it's another special aspect of us. So yeah, a lot of us were down there in the 16, so it's good to get that feeling again, and just a great group.
What about the game today? Really did ebb and flow all day, didn't it? Never really felt like we were in complete control.
Yeah, I think it's similar to the Metro game. We probably could have got away a bit early and kicked a few more goals, but yeah, to both sides' credits, they came back, and WA today were really good actually. So they gave us a real good fight for our money, and but luckily we held our nerve towards the end, and yeah, we came away with the win. Speaking of holding nerves, you did a really good job of that today, despite copping a lot of heavy attention from the tagger. Tell us about that. Obviously that's something that you're going to have to deal with going forward. Yeah, it's been something I've talked to a lot of people about in the past months, so I've never really experienced it to this level. It's sort of a whole new skill to learn to deal with it, and then like get the ball. It's a really tough thing. Yeah. So luckily today I got a bit of help and a few free kicks, so that they turned into goals, which was really good. Yeah. But yeah, I didn't get as much of the ball as maybe I would have liked, but I was still able to impact in some level, so I'm happy with that. Most definitely you did, James, and congratulations on a great win today, and also your role as joint vice-captain this year. It's a credit to you, and all the best for your AFL career. Thanks for that, Zach. Cheers. Well, joining us now in the Victoria South Australian Under-18 rooms is the Dunstan family. We've got Tony Dunstan, Luke Dunstan, of course, the South Australian Under-18 captain, and Wendy Dunstan. Well, guys, I guess to start with Wendy, you've made the trip over. How does it feel to be a proud mum?
Oh, it's very exciting, but I wouldn't have missed it for anything today. But the boys have worked really hard.
And how did you think your son fared as the skipper?
Oh, no, I think he's done a good job. Not that I'm biased or anything.
And Tony, I was fortunate enough to be on the same flight over this morning with Tony. How did your nerves fare throughout the game today?
Not too good, I must admit, Zach. Yeah, I got a little bit frustrated up there in the grandstand from time to time, but yeah, thankfully the boys pulled through and showed their true colours.
It was much like the Vic Metro game, wasn't it, Tony? I know you came across for that one, and that one was quite a nail-biter, only winning by 3 points as well.
Yeah, that's right, Zach. It was a little bit too close for comfort too, but I guess at the end of the day we got the win on the board, and the lads did a great job. Yeah.
Speaking of lads, how did you think your son Luke fared today?
I'm probably a bit harder than what Wendy is on Luke. He had a pretty heavy tag on him today, yeah. I thought, and didn't really allow Luke to play his normal game, but I think he stood up under all the pressure pretty well. Yeah.
Pretty harsh critic is always your old man, particularly seeing the skipper ended up being the leading disposal winner for South Australia. Luke, how did you think you fared today?
I was okay. I think I didn't really get the time and space that I would have enjoyed, but look, I was happy just to get the win. I think end of the day, that's all that really matters. So,
yeah. You must be really proud to be the captain of the side that has broken that long-standing drought since 1995.
Yeah, that's obviously a massive privilege, and it was a good thing to take on. I think all the boys have really helped me out, and I haven't had to do too much myself. So, yeah.
And in terms of your leadership style, I know that one thing Sticks loved about you is that you're quite vocal on the field. Is that something you really tried to impart on the teammates?
Yeah, I think so. Obviously, there's always a few quiet boys in the team, and if you can do your bit to try and get them up and about, it goes a long way towards them just lifting their intensity and that sort of thing. So.
Yeah. And of course, you've got two older brothers who play footy up in Clare as well. So, what would your message be to those two guys back at home as well?
Get back to work.
But no doubt they would have been cheering you on, and nice to share it with your brothers as well.
Yeah. I was talking to my brother a couple of days ago, and he said, "Oh, what time do you play?" And I let him know, and he said, "Oh, right, I'll knock off work and go and watch it." And I said, "You're an absolute slacker, mate." And he didn't reply. So nah, I'm sure they'll be very happy for me, and it'd be good to catch up with them when I get home.
Very good. And obviously, I suppose the next question now is, now with the champs over, you'll head back to your SANFL club, the Eagles. What's your aim there for the rest of the year?
I think at the moment it's just going to be recover, get yourself back, get my body right, and I think hopefully I can go back and play some good reserves footy, and you never know what might happen on injuries and that sort of thing, and it'd be lovely to crack a league game by the end of the year, but if I just keep playing good reserves footy, I'll be happy. So.
And of course you don't take anything for granted, but you'd like to think you'll be in the mix for the AFL draft later in the year, but what sort of things, I suppose, do you need to do between now and then to make sure that you get picked?
I think I've just got to keep working on my endurance, and I've been doing some swimming on my off days because my training loads have been reduced a little bit. So I think just keep working on that, and obviously I'm not the quickest bloke going around, so that'd be nice to work on my speed a little bit.
Well, no doubt you'll do that. You're a very diligent worker and certainly set a great example as the captain of the South Australian Under-18 team this year. Congratulations, Luke, and well done to the whole Dunstan family to come across to Melbourne and watch the big win.
Thanks, mate. Means a lot.
Cheers. With me now is joint vice-captain of the South Australian Under-18 team, Matt Scharenberg from the Glenelg Footy Club. And Matt, you must be really pleased to get over the line against WA.
Yeah, it's a great feeling amongst the group at the moment. Obviously, to be the first South Australian side to win the championship is, as I said, it's fantastic.
Really tough battle today because you could tell that WA really did target you physically, but it really pleasing to stand up to that.
Yeah, it was great. I think across the board we had a lot of great contributors, and you're right, we didn't quite shut WA out of the game, and to their credit they played some great footy as well, but I think as you said, just our consistency and our ability to stick to our team structures and really play as a team is probably what got us over the line.
You speak of the team structures, you're really well structured in defence all throughout, not just today but throughout the carnival, and you must have been really pleased to be, I guess, the general of that defence.
Yeah, I was pretty comfortable with my role within the side, and definitely enjoyed it each week. It was obviously each week presented a new challenge, and I think as a team we really embraced each challenge and made everything count. So yeah.
You seem to work in really well with Cameron Giles and Jake Pitt and the other tools down there. You guys had a really good, style of communication between each other.
Yeah. I think it's a pretty important thing. Communicating once you're out there, and I think we seem to be able to do that really well, and it's quite effective. So
you must have been really pleased with your carnival as a whole. Obviously, South Australia is undefeated, but throughout each game, your name was right up amongst the best players each time. Yeah,
that's obviously great. But I suppose it's just a credit to the team, really. Just playing, it was just an honour to play in such a great side, and it's, as I said, it's just a great feeling right now amongst the group. Yet to be drafted, but he's already talking like an AFL listed player, crediting the team, so good stuff, Matty. But just on that, obviously now your attention probably turns to heading back to the Bays and settling back with them. I suppose you'd probably like to squeeze back into that league team? Yeah, that'd be nice. I think the plan from here, most of the playing group will probably have this weekend off. Mm-hmm. But then get stuck back into it with training, and yeah, it should be great. Get back home and start playing footy. Should be good.
And then ideally finishes off with being drafted in November.
Yeah, ideally. But then I suppose along with that, there's a lot of uncontrollables, I suppose. So yeah, I'll just take each game as it comes and keep looking to improve.
Well, that concludes a historic day in South Australian football. The McDonald's South Australian under-18 team winning its first national title and the first title since the 1995 Till Cup win in Albury. We would really like to thank McDonald's for their ongoing support of the under-18 program.